thought that's a bad bitch right there. That's a bad bitch. That's a bad bitch. You a bad bitch. Yes, baby.
Last time I was single, I was 24 and the dating pool was everyone. And now it's like a shallow puddle of age-appropriate men who are old and gross, and I don't want to do that.
He is not the love of your life. He is literally just a guy. Hit him with your car.
Gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well. This compilation's on dating after divorce. I think you could tell based off the older women that were in the intro clip, and my god, what do we have in it? What am I in it for? What have you put me up to? Let's see. Let's get right into it. Note the camera.
After divorce, while you're on a spiritual journey and still healing, things that they don't tell you. First and foremost, you don't even get a chance to see the red flag because your intuition will tell you. The thing is, you'll start to question yourself and whether or not you're using your discernment just a little too soon. But disregard that because your intuition is always right. Your standards are so high since you've been through a serious relationship, so you're coming with the skills and the wisdom from that. You're doing the work on yourself. You're loving yourself. You're setting your goals. You're putting plans and ambition towards those goals, and you're just healing. You're just healing. The thing is,
and that's the part where you shoot yourself in the foot. You set your goals way too damn high, and people realize it's not worth it giving you those anymore. And you just keep on reaching higher and higher, and it's not all worth it.
everything becomes clear as day. And there's more spiritual people that are wolves in sheepskin. Remember that.
There's a big difference.
Wolves in sheep's clothing. That is a meism. I constantly mess those up, but come on now. Come on now. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. Let's move on. I don't even know what to say about that. So much spiritual woo-woo. She's probably high on the grass. Let's move on.
Difference between not wanting to be divorced and wanting to stay married. Let's talk about it. Hey, Boo Thing. So I'm sharing a lot more about my divorce and kind of what led up to that and what that looks like. I'm getting some questions about it, and I believe that many of us don't talk about the healing process. We always want to get on and talk about what happened when we're healed, or what happened, you know, how we got over it and all of that. And all that's good. And I think there's a time and a place for that, and there's a ministry for that. But I also think that there's a ministry for people that are in that situation and they're going crazy in their head, like, why am I staying in this situation with a guy who is cheating on me, with a guy who's not, you know, treating me right, a guy who's, you know, and so and a lot of people on the outside, they're looking from the outside and they're saying, why would you stay with this dude? Like, why wouldn't you leave, right? And so I want to give you this kind of scenario, or this mindset, because it was the mindset that I had. I was in the mindset of when my husband started cheating, or when I found out that my husband was cheating. Now, let me preface this to say that when I divorced him, or when I filed for divorce, I found out so many more things that I didn't know ahead of time. But there were a lot of things that I did know that I covered up. And so I had this mindset that you do not get a divorce. Now, this didn't come from my mom or my parents or any of that mindset, but it came from this ideal of what marriage was. And then you hear all these things about how, you know, this person cheated and they stayed together, and you just got to pray your way through, and God will bring a testimony about this aspect. And while I knew that, those things were possible, I also realized that I wasn't fighting to stay in the marriage. I was fighting to avoid the divorce. Let me say that again. I was not fighting to stay in the marriage. I was fighting to avoid the divorce. When I realized that I was more worried about being a divorced woman, failing at a marriage, looking like, God, I waited for God and I got married and then I still got divorced. I was more worried about about that than I was actually keeping the man that I was in the marriage with. I knew this man was not for me. I knew that this relationship was over, but I fought so hard for the ideal, and I was missing the reality. So if you're in that situation where, you know, you feel like it's time for you to walk away, it's time for you to let it go, but you can't muster it up, it might be that you're holding on more so to the identity of who you are as a married woman than you are on the idea or the actual marriage. And that's a hard balance, and it's a hard thing to break. So the awareness is the first step in breaking it.
Jeez, I don't even know what to say about that one. I just want to move on.
All right. So we fucked FAIRYTALE. You really thought you married Prince Charming, and you wound up with Mr. Hyde. Been there, done that. So
You look more like Miss Hyde, but go off.
now what? I mean, you could do what I did and be right and be a victim and blame him for the next, 10 years. And then when you wake up and you turn around and you look back at those 10 years and you see what it cost you. It cost you love. It cost you connection. It cost you a partner because you could never let go of being right. You'll understand that it's you who holds the key to your happiness, and them leaving was a gift because you don't need any motherfucker to tell you you're worthy of love. You need you. So maybe it's a different fairy tale, and you get to write the ending. Yeah, that sounds good.
Why not just live in reality like the majority of people out there and realize that things are going to end after a certain amount of fighting and one wanting to be right over the other? Whatever you need to tell yourself to sleep at night.
Sorry, busy day. So last night I went and met up with Bingo Guy, which is what we're
Yeah, the audio quality of the clip is horrible. You gotta deal with it.
calling him, and now that's kind of ironic because we never made it to Bingo. He wanted to bowl, so I met him at a bowling alley, and he already had the lane like chosen, paid for, all that stuff, and was there. So we bowled 3 games, I guess they're called. He had a couple beers, I just had water. And then he wanted to go shoot pool. So there's a pool hall not that far from there. So he had Ubered, so I drove us over there. And we shot a few rounds of pool. He had a few more drinks. At this point, it was obvious he was feeling no pain. So anyhow, so he's like, oh, let's go get something to eat. And he wanted to just walk. And we were in an area that has like a lot of stuff like within walking distance. And to get him something with carbs in it to soak up some of that out. And he got a brownie. And this man put away more food than I've seen anybody put away. And fun, yes. I really enjoyed that when we left the restaurant, there was a truck selling churros, and I got a little box of mini churros. And I was a little put off by like how inebriated he got, but I told him if we went out again that I would like a sober date, so sober bingo. But yeah, so I don't really know, but it was fun. I had a good time, got to do a lot of stuff, so we'll see if there's a date number 2.
Oh my god, this is literally just a normal ass date report. Okay. I think this is where I need to put pause to recording for the day, because I really did not give a shit about that last one. Like, I'm sure that the majority of you are gonna end the video there once you see that there's really nothing to it. Woman goes out on date. Breaking news. Amazing. Wow. Good for you. Good for you. He drank a little bit, so what? He wanted to relax on his day off. Go figure. I'd probably do the damn same. Anyways, I'm gonna leave things here. thank you for watching. I apologize for boring you with that last clip, but hey, I'm just going off the clips that our editor gives us. So, thank you. Make the best of your day, and I will catch you in a couple days with a new one. Thanks as always. Always do your due diligence.